This week has been enormous for crypto as we followed and stated that we are going to have a blast in alts. If you remember, we stated that from a week that this is going to happen, and if you look at it right now, it's so clear that we are in a bull market and now is the time for you to make profits. You can also execute these great trades, which I think is cool, because when we were all the way back down here, people were kind of negative, we were kind of changing the perspective and it broke to the upside. Then we changed our narrative to the upside. Now, yes, this is a bull market and you can see a lot of different assets popping. Right, if you look at last week, you can see 100%, you can see 70, 30, all different assets have different gains. Say Elrond went 200%, right? So when you move, you can see a lot of different assets doing cool stuff with your portfolio if you were in the right place, right? Then now you have to actually consider these are trades which we execute, right? Now, how do you execute these trades? We use the technical analysis. The value of technical analysis is huge if you understand that. Now, it's not only a couple of assets. We can see IOTA, OMG, BNB. So that is all of this in this all season. Now, all of these were opportunities, I agree, but XRP is the golden opportunity. I will say the golden opportunity still exists. Now, if you want to take benefit of that, that would be jumping in on XRP, in my opinion, because you will be getting 30 to 40% pump here first, and then when that resistance is broken, you're going to clearly get that next wave to the upside. So that upside will mean massive volume, massive price fluctuation, and long green shaped candles like this. I explained you some of the reasons yesterday, right? So this is a daily chart, and when you go in, zoom in, look at a 4-hour chart, this is what you see. You're actually moving into this triangle. Now, if you go in, say 1 hour or even 2-hour chart, you can follow that we had this particular pattern, we broke above, but we have overhead resistance here. Now, this is better to view in 4-hour so that you understand this long-term resistance is still there in a 4-hour. Now, you can actually move back a step and look at it on weekly, and as we just explained it previously, you can see we are still moving in the same direction. This week has more days to go, and as we are looking at it, it should be something like this, a continuation pattern. Now, if you are getting this continuation pattern again, you can expect it to go to 0.74, and if it breaks, that means it's going to go way higher. Why? Now you see a first bull flag here in the RSI, and then the next one popping through the upside. So this is just a correction, and when we are moving upside in RSI, say currently the RSI is 60. So you can go back, look at RSI whenever it was going to the upside and it was in or above 59-60 area, it was really bullish for XRP inside a bullish trend or a bull market. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. Now, looking at all of these, you have to understand this market cycle is playing out well and cool. Now, when the market cycle is going positive, there would be kind of confusing news. You will be thinking like, okay, so what should I be looking at? If this is happening, should I exit right now? I won't say you have to do that, because this market cycle is playing. And if an asset is moving with higher highs, higher lows, that trend pattern and stuff, that is fine, you can ride it. Just when you reach the targets of your trades, do take your profits out. Let it be Ether, let it be XRP or any other. If you have set some targets, stay by that. Be disciplined. Now, one of the reasons why I'm showing you this is right now, if this is happening, say in this bull run, when it ends and you hit a bear market for next 2.5-3 years after the bull market, you have to consider a lot of stuff which is going to impact this. Say one of this is the adoption from others who have less energy consumption and gas fees. That's cool. Then the next thing is this one. right? So the energy consumption itself is being highlighted by the governments, so that's not positive. Then you have to look at some of the assets like XRP, which has huge potential in that area and in all the area it works. Now with Flare coming in and the smart contracts ability, it's going to even enhance its role in the financial markets. So when you are looking at this, you do have to understand these will play out by the next market cycle. So if you are a long-term guy looking at XRP, you need to understand you should be waiting for 5-6 years to see that massive total gain of 3-wave structure. So this wave, yeah, it will be cool, it will be fine, you'll get a lot of profit, but after which there will be a bear market, then the next bull. So you are already in a bull market and you don't want to miss these fundamentals. Now connecting these fundamentals and technicals, you will get your portfolio pretty aligned. So you don't have to think in various perspective and be stressed. In this tweet from European Central Bank, it shows, the main innovation or the motivation for digital euro is digitalization of the financial sector. Now we've been talking about this, right? Then they highlight 1 in 2 Europeans prefer to pay digitally. And the pandemic has increased this further. So when we say that, you do have to understand they are looking at a time frame, not tomorrow, not next month, right? You need patience for this. So as I just highlighted, say there is a bull market running, and you can make profits in this, and we are definitely making profits in our Patreon group. But if you are looking as a holder for holding this asset in the long run, then you should also understand this. See, some assets would be going to the downside in next market cycle, or some asset will not go much up in the next market cycle, whereas those which has that enormous fundamentals and those fundamentals are rising will go up. Now if they are looking at a central bank digital currency from Europe in 5 years, that means 1 year of bull market, cool, then 3 year of bear market, cool, next year will be again a bull market. So that's like 5.5, 6 years. So that is not a bad deal. But yes, right now you have opportunities which you need to seize, right? Say these were different trades which we were posting, and we kind of reached almost every targets. So if you actually need these trades and setups, you can join the patrons. There are already 760 guys enjoying the benefits of all these published items. Now one by one they have a lot of opportunity being posted there if you want to follow that. Now say for example Matic, if you are going in a Matic and looking at previous charts posted and then following up, you will understand one by one that these are hitting your targets. You can go into the chart, you can look at this. See, in this post that was just yesterday night here, and 0.0739 in Matic. Right now you can actually go into Matic and look what it is really doing right now. So you kind of get that perspective what it did, 47.50%. So this is not a small deal, right? You can go everywhere, compare your price, and then if you want to join, you can. Now if you're an XRP holder, you get all the information here in the YouTube and it's free. As I've been telling, it'll never be charged. Only if you want a regular update on real time, because the YouTube video comes out once in a day, then you can look at it. Now anyway, let's look at the real charts and then look at the fundamentals. Say we were just concentrating on the central bank digital currency when the price is rising there. Now with that being said, you just saw that these are real issues. Fossil fuel pollution kills 8.7 million a year. Wow, so that's twice previous estimate, and this is a recent news. Now why am I linking it with this? Because that really matters. If you're using others, proof of work based stuff, those guys will come out, they won't say, energy is not a big deal, you can use renewable source, you can use blah, blah, blah. But just consider right now how many individuals use that system, and what are you looking at? The entire population of the globe, 50% population of the globe, it's in billions, right? Even if it is 50%, you need to scale up to 3.5 billion. And if you test that in those kind of networks, you'll have to borrow the energy from Mars. You can't do anything else. And that's where this particular stuff stays on top. A more sustainable scheme for blockchain and cryptocurrency holds significant advantages for the planet. So this is coming out from University of Waterloo. You have to understand that. It's identifying how to accomplish that with Ripple. So it's from Professor Anwar Hassan highlighting what they are doing there. Now, one by one, if you do regularly read about these fundamentals, macro perspectives, you now have an idea about what is going on with your asset, what's going on with your portfolio. If your portfolio is in green with a lot of different assets like this, now when I say a lot of different assets, I don't mean 100, 200 assets. You know, we are human beings. If you're not using any algorithms, it's way better to hold 10 assets or below that, so that you can follow each and every position in each and every assets. So you don't mistime it. You always get 70 to 80% of hit rates on your trades, and that means continuous profits, regular profits, enlarging your portfolio, right? So for that, you have to understand what you're doing. Now, Apple has a clear opportunity to offer a buying and selling mechanism for cryptocurrencies. Now, when Samsung comes out with a crypto wallet, you have to understand one by one everyone is coming into this market. So crypto market is going to be the next big thing. Right now, those who understand that are in this market, and we can see it's near $1.4 trillion. So what that means is just a year before we were around 200, 300 billion, and right now it's $1.4 trillion. So the market is enlarging. It's not going into one particular coin. It's not going to any evenly, right? It's based on the market cycle, and that market cycle is something like this. So if you do understand this, I can just show you some other charts. Say this is Cardano, just for an example. If you are entering into Cardano, this is what you see. Okay, fine. So if you plot this, what do you actually understand? The room to run, is it too high from here, or the reaccumulation has finished? Now you go back into XRP so that you have an idea about what I'm talking, right? You can zoom in, you can use the same 3-day chart, then you can plot that line and see you're connecting all these bottoms, right? Then what do you actually recognize here? For me, we are still way behind this market cycle in comparing other assets which are running really high. So when you see this huge gains in various different assets, don't feel low. We are also going to get all these because the range which you can expect in XRP is huge. You can see Cardano did 1000%, Ether did 700%. So now the turn of XRP is nearing, and as we near that opportunity and pumps, you can regularly look at this and say, okay, so this is long-term resistance. We are breaking above that. Okay, this was a medium-term resistance. We broke above that. So the targets for this medium-term break is valid. Now, as we break above this particular level, that target will also be initiated. So that means you are going higher. Now, the real-time updates at whenever we get volume are being shared, right? So when you see those moves, you have to always take profits when you do short to medium term or short term trading. Now, short term trading with leverage is completely risky. Even if you are using long term with leverage, it's still risky if you don't know what you're doing, because risky asset class is something which you need to avoid, and this is crypto market. You don't want to avoid it. Okay, now when you're getting into a risky asset class and then using leverage, that kind of doubles your leverage, right? The risk is being leveraged. It's not the profits being leveraged. Yeah, the profits can be leveraged, but at the same time, the risk is also leveraged. That's why we see a lot of people not gaining much in this market cycle. When you have these gains, say last week, this is green like this, last 30 days, it's like this. So how many of you actually were able to absorb these gains? 50%? Fine. 100%? Perfect. If you were able to grasp 200, 300%, it's cool. Now, these are based on one particular asset. So if you are trading different assets, you would be able to easily make that 100 to 200% a month. Now, yes, this is crypto market and there are a lot of newbies who just want to make tons of money in a week or a month. So they ask for short-term trades. Do understand, short-term trades can be risky because they are going into the chart. These are 3-day chart or a daily chart, which we use mostly so that you get the clear picture and position yourself and your portfolio. Position yourself means mentally. Portfolio means your money is being placed based on what you believe in your mindset. Now you have to do this step by step, not everything together. Because when you see an opportunity like this is kind of a textbook double bottom which you are getting here, but at the same time, this trend line is being extended its support. So for me, that shows once we hit this particular level or above that, that's going to get more volume here in MACD, pushing it higher. The same is being supported by the RSI. Now, look at the price action. What is it doing? We just broke above this particular level. Okay, this was resistance previously. Now we extend that line horizontally and you can see it's acting as a support right now. So if you actually go into a 1 hour chart, now that's not completely advocated, but it's pretty okay to do that to understand what you are clearly looking at, because there is a chance that somehow in a 30 minutes chart or so, you would be seeing a inverse head and shoulder here. Now, if that is playing out, again, it's bullish, right? You're going to see this inverse head and shoulder, where your neckline would be something like this. And when you break above that particular thing, you are looking at a 10-11% to the upside. Now, consider we broke above this. Now you plot that 10-11% to the upside and you get around 0.5. So these kind of movements you use to analyze on, say, a short time frame if you want, and then go back into a medium time frame charts and look what it is doing. If the indicators and the price is supporting your decision, then it's okay, you can go into that trade. Now, if you're already in that trade, what you need is just patience. Close your eyes, don't even look at the chart, it's fine on a daily basis. Then just look at this before you go to bed, right? You see how much volatility is there in the market, because volatility is what you need to make money. But when we say you are going to make money in crypto market, you do have to understand when you gain money, there is someone who lose at the other end. So you have to balance your risk in such a way that you are not that guy who loses money in this market when the bull is waging to the upside and people are making money. Because if you're becoming illiterate about the crypto market and investing, it's going to be really hard. And again, that is one of the reasons why I put these with explanations highlighting what is there, so that next time when you see these kind of charts and trading setups, you know what we are looking at. Next time when you look at all of these items, you know what we are personally doing. So when you enter into one particular asset and see these kind of trades, next time without me, when you go in, you look at the indicators, the price action, you understand, okay, this is what we are anticipating and this has a higher probability, and that's where you actually make money. Now, as we just went through, if this is happening by February 22nd, that's going to be bullish. Now, if we anticipate that to happen by Feb 22, I believe most of the people would be in the trade a week before that. So that means if we are anticipating a price move to the upside, it should happen at least a week before that. Now, if it is being delayed, you have to understand people are already getting in this trade anticipating that it's going to be settled. And if that doesn't happen, it would be a buy the kind of rumor and then sell the news. So here it's not only that, but in short term it would turn bearish. What we have to see is, will we stand that rising trend line on a 3-day or a daily? And if we do, at least on a weekly, that's going to be massive. Now, this is one of the news which I really want to highlight to you guys, because many of us are moving in to a convenient way of using our crypto funds. Wirex users hit by unexplained account restrictions and disappearing funds. These can always happen. So don't put everything on an exchange completely. Put it there, say 10, 15 or 20%. Then use your ledger so that you are safe, so that your money is safe and sound. when the market completes its bull run, you're ready to take profits. Not like, you hold a lot of different assets, the market is pumping crazy, you are green, and then you just lose your fund. You don't want that to happen to your portfolio, right? So guys, I do believe I delivered value here, and if you did receive that value, please support the channel, hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done that already. If you would like to get more of these updates on a regular basis, then you can look at the Patreon given in the description. Now, if you just want to support the channel, you can use the PayPal or the XRP wallet address given in the description. You want to communicate with me, the email address is the same of that PayPal. You can get in touch with me before you enroll in the Patreon. Okay guys, so I'll meet you on the next video. Bye for now.